Are you videoing this so you don't have to teach next year?
I mean, I won't be recording it next year.
Yeah.
So when y'all get homesick for Dominion, like,
Dan, you're gonna be back here every week.
the non-Marxists get homesick for Dominion, you can go back and watch the videos. Okay, let's go quickly. Cover lots of things. I want to give you as much time as possible. Scout, I want to give you as much time as possible to work on your project. Scout, this is not a laughing matter. What is your problem? Calm down.
Look at what you said.
Wait, why, Scout?
Crisscross hands.
Scout! Scout! Stop.
Keep it together.
Where are we? I had a post-it. What's going on here?
We're on the 3 ways to
I need to find where I am
diversify.
before I turn on the camera.
You're the 3 ways to diversify. You're on the second one.
Yeah, I do that.
Alright.
I did. I know what I'm talking about. You know, teachers have feelings too. So, I was talking about one way, remember I was just about to get into this, and the bell rang. I hate when that happens. And I was saying one way to diversify is in different vehicles, different things you're putting your money in. So here, you got the Great Depression. If you were in stocks, ooh, got hit hard, right? But bonds did really well this year. Okay? So you said, oh, okay, well, I'll just go all bonds. Well, then, look at immediately after the World War II. Look at that. Bonds, pretty steady. No, just a second, right? But, so if this was just showing you, you invested 10,000 in bonds, you'll end up with 10,000. You invest that much in stocks, it grew a lot. Okay? But then, you got the days of stagflation and disco, the 1970s. And because disco is so horrible, right, both bonds, and this probably had something to do with inflation too, bonds and stocks both suffered. But what did really well? Disco. No. Gold and silver. Because if you print a bunch of money, what happens to the price of gold and silver?
Goes up.
Goes up. You can't inflate gold and silver. Don't suggest that to them. Maybe they'll try. But as of now, okay, I don't have a lot of gold and silver, but it's something that can be a hedge against inflation. Okay, so that's one way of diversifying. Remember what diversify means? Spread your money out, your investments out. So if one thing goes down, you don't lose everything. That's one way. Okay? What's the next way of diversifying? Invest in and I already mentioned different companies, right? And in different sectors of the economy. Okay. Next approach is international, which I've already mentioned. Okay. So if one economy goes down, others might not, right? And I guarantee, I would not be at all surprised if all the kids here from China, if their parents were heavily invested in America. Same with kids from Korea. And my American students, I wouldn't be at all surprised if your parents were heavily invested in China and maybe Korea. Okay, it's an international thing now, which we saw in Commanding Heights, right? Remember that? Globalism. Okay. So that's diversification. Very important principle. Y'all got that? And I'm going to give you one of the key ways to diversify in just a second. Now let's jump forward through your slides to, you're going to have to skip a couple stuff. Just put whatever don't cover, put next for it. Go to things to avoid, places not to invest. Did y'all find that?
So, like, cross out the places to invest?
Yes. Yeah. Because it's kind of redundant. Just go straight to things to avoid, places not to invest, okay? And the first bullet under that, commissions, you can skip that too, because I'm just trying to kind of get rid of some redundancy. Let's go straight to where it says common conflicts of interest for investment salespeople. Okay. Important concept in life. What is a conflict of interest? Conflict of interest, what's that? Everything? Okay, I'm going to tell you, you can write it down. If you think you'll just get it, just absorb the information. That's when someone represents you who has an incentive to make decisions that hurt you. You with me? They represent you, they should be going this way, but they have an incentive, like some reward, to make decisions that hurt you. Conflict, so this is their interest, this is your interest, they're going against each other. Okay? That's a concept throughout life, right? We see in government, you want to make sure, for example, if somebody's going to be secretary of something, we see where their investments are, so they don't make investments, so they don't make decisions that help their investments. That would be a conflict of interest, because they're supposed to do what's good for the society, not what's good for the company they have in stock. You with me? But I'm going to talk about conflicts of interest for you investing. Everybody get the idea of a conflict of interest? Okay. Now, first conflict of interest, you should try to avoid this, okay? Pushing high commission products. That's the first bullet written down. Now, what does that mean? What's a commission? Let's say you're selling cars. How do they get you to sell lots of cars? Every car you sell, you get a bonus. That make sense? Okay? You sell houses, you get a commission. Now, how is that a conflict? Well, the salesman is motivated to sell this item. Okay, he's trying to sell this investment product to you. He's motivated to sell it whether it's good for you or not. Because what does he want? The commission. Does the commission do anything for you? No. Matter of fact, who's paying that commission? You think the company is going to take money out of its profits to pay that commission?
No.
No, that's another reason it hurts you. That, the more the commission, the less you get to invest. So if you're invested $1,000 and he gets $50 commission, that's $50 less. You just, remember, you want the snowball, you strike before you even started to earn interest. Does that make sense? So, commission's good for him, less money, bad for you, you're paid for it. And as now there's no connection with that thing being good for you and him wanting to sell it. He wants to sell it because of commission. You with me? By the way, guys, I hate to say this. This is very, very sad. But this is the world, this is a good example of the world we live in. Okay? Even if that guy has a fish on his business card, does that mean you can trust him? No, not necessarily. Doesn't mean all Christians are like worse than everybody else. And maybe that person is motivated by their Christianity to do the right thing. But maybe they convince themselves they're doing the right thing, but they're still not doing a good thing for you. You know what I'm saying? Remember, what did David Bentley Hart teach us about the gospel in Western civilization? Does that mean people who believe the gospel will always do good things? No. What is it that Western civilization is haunted by the gospel? One of the best insights you'll run across, okay? So big picture, in general, I think has a good effect, but we're still a bunch of sinners. So just be careful. I mean, the only person I would say you could know for sure they're going to try to do what's best for you is probably your parents, because they would die for you. So your parents are, yeah, they're going to try to do what's right. Just about everybody else, you can be cautious. And instead of just saying, well, he talks about Jesus all the time, okay? Instead of saying, now I can trust him because he talks about Jesus, he may convince himself that he's doing what's best. We can all. Have you ever done something that you realized actually that was bad, but you convinced yourself it was good, right? We do it all the time. Okay? So instead, look for the setup of the system, which I'm going to show you what to look for when you're getting advice. Okay, sorry, just a little soapbox of mine that I didn't warn you about. Okay, so you see that's one way it's a conflict. He's motivated to sell you the item, whether it helps you or not. Okay? It also hurts you because you pay the commission. Furthermore, and you might have to like put this off the side because I got a lot to go in these bullets. Sorry about it, but you got plenty of space. Stuff we skipped. Furthermore, it could actually lead to worse picks, worse suggestions for him to have a commission. So let's say there's something the company charges a lot of money to run, okay? There's two ways companies can make money off investments. One is you pay a commission up front. We don't want that. The other is they charge a fee to run the company. And all investments are going to have that. All mutual funds are going to have that. But they don't always have the same amount. Some might have a really high fee. Maybe they're making big bucks off of a high fee fund. And they want that thing sold. Do you want a fund with a high fee? No. Who's paying that fee? You are. How can they get the salesman to sell something that's not good for you? Put a commission on it. Does that make sense? So if it's got a commission, that might actually encourage something that's bad for you, because the company, the only way they can sell it, so such a horrible investment, the only way they can sell it is to give the salesman this extra bonus. You go get a trip to Tahiti if you sell these things or something, who knows? Okay, get an extra bonus. Y'all with me? You see how bad commissions are. This is a general rule of thumb. Not mean there could be a company that has some good stuff with commissions, but if you're going to be making your own decisions, generally they say avoid them. So what do you do instead? You pick no load funds. No load. No load. No? You see where we're? So, what is a load? I don't know why they use these different terms. A load is another word for commission. That's just what they call it, no load. Okay? So all of this is still under pushing high commission products. So I told you why a commission is bad. Instead, you want a no load product. And who often will sell those? Discount brokers. This is just the terms they use. I don't know why. Discount brokers sell no load products. You got that? Okay. Next. Next thing to avoid. It's the next bullet. You see it? Recommending active trading. Trading is buying and selling. Okay. Another word for this, you can put it in parentheses next to it. Churning. You know when you churn the milk to make butter? Keep the milk moving? C-H-U-R-N-I-N-G. Churning, okay? You want to avoid that. So if you got some advisor, they get you to buy investments, and then they call about 4 months later and say, hey, I just found a great product, this new thing, it's really hot, we gotta go. We're gonna have to sell some of your other stuff and buy this. And then about half a year later, say, whoa, hey, I got something else, let's try. And they keep doing that, right? Why? That's churning. Active, you don't want an active fund. Why? Two main reasons. Every time you sell something and then buy something, what does that guy get? This is why it's good for him but bad for you. What does he get? What's that? He gets a commission. That's good for him, he gets a commission. Bad for you, who's paying the commission? You are. You understand? Other reason it's bad for you, let's say you buy something, it goes up in value, then you sell it. Yay, you made money, but what's the problem? Who wants a piece of the action when you made money? Government. You're paying taxes. The more active the account, the more you'll pay in taxes. Now eventually you're going to have to pay taxes, but would you rather pay taxes now or later? Why would you rather wait? What do you want your investments doing? Look at me, you got to see what my hands are. What do you want your investments doing? Snowballing, right? So if I can wait till the end to pay my taxes, I've got more money here now that can be growing. You with me? If I pay all along, what's it doing? Slowing down the rate of my growth because it's draining all throughout the process. Plus, when you're old and retired, good chance you're not working, you're going to be in a lower tax bracket. Remember brackets. Y'all with me? So you don't want an active account. You don't need buy, sell, buy, sell. If somebody keeps, if your advisor keeps calling you up and say, hey, I got something else, you might want to be getting suspicious. Okay? Okay. Another big red light. See the next one. Failing to recommend investing through your employer's retirement plan. This is another big conflict of interest. Okay, why is it bad for him? Because he doesn't have any part of it. He's not getting paid. Why is it good for you? We're going to talk about this in a second. When you get a job, you don't just look at your salary, you look at benefits. One of them is retirement. And how does retirement work? They don't guarantee, unless you work for the government, because they can just create magic money out of nowhere, put guns and people take your stuff. Okay? Nobody else can do that. Government can guarantee you so much for the rest of your life. People living in the real world, they say, you're going to have to invest, but we'll help you. So that's how a 401k, who's heard their parents talk about their 401k? Okay, the way it works, the company says, here are some mutual funds you can invest in. Okay? And when you put money in it, you don't have to pay taxes on it. That's already, bam, that's a huge advantage. You with me? You go with that, a financial advisor, you're paying taxes. In your 401k, you're not paying taxes. What's another benefit? You know what a lot of companies do? They say, here is how it's a retirement benefit. When you put in money, we will match what you put in up to say 3 or even 5% of your income. So you put in $3,000, what does your company do? They put in $3,000. You just made 100% profit tax-free. Now, if your advisor says, I can beat that, he's lying. He cannot, can anybody beat 100% profit tax-free? It's not going to happen. You with me? So it's kind of harsh saying he's lying, but I just can't imagine how anybody says, yeah, I can beat that. Okay? So if he says, oh, no, don't invest with your 401k. Put it over here. You see the conflict? You see why he wants you to be with him, so he gets the commissions? Okay. So if they don't even, a good indicator of somebody who does care about you is if they said, have you, the phrase is maxed out your 401k. Have you maxed out your 401k? Because that's where you got the tax-free and you can get the company matching you. If he does that, checks on that, that might be a good sign they really do care about you. Because they're getting nothing out of it. Does that make sense? Okay? Another thing that you want to go with, you max it out first, is your IRA, individual retirement account. Okay, but you could be able to have that with him. Okay, do y'all get that? Your employer's retirement account. You want to go with that plan first because that's the best you're possibly going to get.
So that's the 401k, like goes with that retirement, is what you're saying?
That is, the 401k is the retirement plan. Yeah. That's your employer's retirement plan. Okay, next. Pushing high fee products. Remember, 2 ways they can make money. One's a commission, you don't want a commission. But they're all of them going to charge a fee. And what type of fee do you want? You want a low fee. But it's good for the company to have a high fee. So one of the things we're going to look at when we pick mutual funds is what is the fee. Got it? Okay. By the way, those baby pictures were so cute last night. Did y'all hear me? Oh.
Yes.
So I'm thinking of the little you guys out there when you have babies. You gotta have. Are you saving money for your kids and for your retirement? So when your kids are in their 50s, they don't have to take care of you because you've already taken care of yourself. So you help your kids by helping yourself now. What's that? They'll still take care of you. Okay. Okay. Skip everything through where it says investment gurus because I've already talked about it. We don't need to talk about it. Whatever else I'm skipping. But listen up. Kind of summarizing. Let's say you do. A lot of people don't need a financial advisor. Okay. You just do what we're talking about for mutual funds, and chances are you'll be okay. It worked for me. No guarantees, but it worked for me. Remember I told you, my 401k, I think it's like a fifth. Excuse me, my IRA. I think it's like a fifth of what's in my IRA is what I put in there. What does that mean? Where'd the rest of it come from?
Interest.
Snowballing. You with me? How did I make my decisions? Because when I was at the Air Force Academy for a semester, I went to West Point, but I exchanged over there, and an econ teacher had this free thing you could come and get some suggestions on how to do this stuff. And I followed that once I got out, and a lot of what I'm going to teach you all. And I used that to decide, pick my mutual fund. No guarantees, but this worked out. Okay? And if I can do it, you can do it. It's not rocket surgery. Okay. But some people, let's say you got a lot of money. It might be a good idea for you to get a financial advisor. How do you pick one then? If you don't want one who's getting commissions, they got to get paid. What is a way to make sure what's good for you is good for them? Remember conflicts of interest? What's good for them is not good for you. You're conflicting. How do you get your interests aligned? Here's one common way, is that they get a percent of whatever you have in your account. So if they get, let's say, 1% of whatever you have invested, what do they